Sketching from the Masters with Brian Keeler. Studies of these master paintings, and the one that I'm involved in sketching here now is a painting by the Italian painter Caravaggio. It was done in 1610. But the interesting thing about it being here in Dublin is that it was just discovered in 2010 in a house here in Dublin, in a Jesuit house, so it's a recent discovery. It was thought to be lost, but I'm down here to my sketch. I'm doing this value study in pencil, and it's essentially studying the values of this painting. And it's what's called a tenebrous painting, which means dark and moody, and it's also a Baroque painting. And the fact that it's a tonalist painting also lends itself to doing just a value study, because tonalist, it means it's all done in tone. I'm going to show you this analysis that I did before I started, and I see this painting as just being a triangular formation with the Christ hands down at the bottom, and then this grouping of heads. There's a group of 3 heads here and a group of 3 heads here. So it's a nice grouping of intervals, a masterful composition of arrangement, and they're all in this upper portion of the canvas, and then another strong vertical kind of echoing that of the soldier's arm here. But people often wonder why artists sketch in museums, and one of the reasons is to actually spend time in front of a painting. There's a statistic that says that the average time spent in front of any given painting is only 3 to 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds max. So when we do these studies, we're actually forcing ourselves to slow down and look for things, and in the process, we actually discover things. And I'll tell you one of the things that I discovered here is this arm of this soldier here. It was barely decipherable, but it goes across, and he actually has his hand on the shoulder, if not the throat of Christ, so it's barely discernible. But I also wanted to talk about the color scheme of this painting. It's basically based on primaries of red, yellow, and blue, but they're not pure colors or primary colors. We have a red in the garments of Christ and the soldier, and then we have the kind of yellow ochreish color of the facial tones. And then there's a very subdued, muted blue in the garment of Christ. It's almost like Prussian blue. But I didn't even see it as a color when I first got here. So these are the things that we discovered by actually sitting, looking, analyzing, and appreciating these paintings on a longer term. So that's part of the reason why we sketch and study paintings. It's something that artists have been doing for centuries. It's a great way to learn, to appreciate. We're going to walk to the other side of the gallery here. This wonderful painting is by Gerrit van Honhorst. He's a contemporary of Caravaggio, and we actually saw a wonderful retrospective of his work at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy, a few years ago. And one of the things I love about van Honhorst is the luminosity and the control of value in such a subtle and beautiful way. For example, the lute player on the right is a masterful orchestration of muted, subdued tones, and it's just an incredible piece. But van Honhorst's palette was basically a lot later. You can back up now, if you would. He used this tenebristic Baroque scheme like Caravaggio did, but this one is not the best example, but the other ones that we saw in the Uffizi had a much more luminous kind of glow to them and a wonderful palette. So here at the National Gallery in Dublin, it's nice to be able to compare these two. So this is my art appreciation for Caravaggio and the Baroque, but I've made Caravaggio one of my sort of passions. My first trip to Rome, I visited many of the Caravaggio sites at, for example, San Luigi di Francesi, and there's many others in Italy and Rome. And but this one I hadn't seen before, so this is a great chance to see paintings, actual paintings in person, and appreciate them in situ, as it's said. So this goes along with my book on figure painting, and analyzing and sketching from the masters. So thank you so much.